So Hot Toys dropped more figures today from Star Wars, got a couple of announcements, and of course exclusives. And as I allude to in the thumbnail, the one I'm going to talk to you about today is what I consider a exclusive piece of dog shit. Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles. I am back with another video, and today I want to talk about this, which is the Star Wars Clone Wars Obi Wan Kenobi in the Mandalorian armor. It's obviously one of three announcements that we got. We got this, we got the Imperial Commando, and the Darth Sidious from the Revenge of the Sith. But I'm really going to be focusing more on the Obi Wan. When I saw this, I was like, we just got the release the other day of the Clone Wars Obi Wan Kenobi, and so now we have this. Obviously, saying that you know he went in disguise. I don't know the whole backstory, but obviously you can see here there was a Duchess that was imprisoned by Maul on Mandalore, and Obi Wan learned of the news. He was determined to rescue her and use Mandalorian armor as a disguise. Okay, cool. Like I'm not in love with it. I'm not attached to it, so I don't really. I'm just speaking from a different perspective. But I mean, right off the bat, I think it's just a reused figure. It's just recycled pieces from the Mandalorians. I think they called from Ahsoka, and so it's just recycled, repainted armor. The undersuit's a little different. They gave you the same Obi sculpt from the previous Clone Wars that just announced. You have Jango Fett's belt here, recycled blaster, which looks like it's from Bo-Katan, and Axe Wolves lightsaber. So it's just a recycled base, nothing special. Jetpack, all the same. So it's all recycled pieces. The only difference is USB lightsaber and, like I said, the head sculpt. But there's literally nothing, in my opinion, that's super original or super brand new here. Yes, I understand that this is something representative from, of something. It's not like it's a made up design. I get that. I'm just speaking from, once again, a different perspective. I think it's just honestly a waste, especially if you were getting those Mandalorians, multiples of them, and now you have more. Me, I'm really Mandoed out in terms of, and I've been Mando, so any incarnation of a Mandalorian going forward, I'm really just passing on altogether. It's got to be something really interesting. And yes, I understand from a business perspective, it's really easy for Hot Toys to turn and burn these things. There was next to no R&D put in this, hence why it is going to be a RSVP exclusive. That's what kind of got me, and I'm really kind of torn about it because limited to 2,000 pieces, and then obviously the RSVP went up. It's going to go up at the time of filming this video. It's going to go up on Friday, along with the Imperial Commando, separate times. But if you're on Sideshow, you can jump on the RSVP. But it was like limited to 2,000 pieces, exclusive in market. So now that means it's going to be another exclusive figure, and it was going to be a separate video I was going to talk about. But it's the idea of, like, I really think the exclusives are not becoming exclusives anymore. They're easy cash grabs for Hot Toys to take a figure, smash it together like this, like a Frankenstein, call it an exclusive, and it's going to probably kill. Is this going to sell out? I don't know. Every exclusive has sold out within a half hour on Sideshow, at least, really, or within the day. I don't think there's been any exclusive that really lasted more than hours after the announcement. But it's just one of those things where it's just like it's making me really reevaluate between this and the cost of the artisan figures recently, the Loki and the Luke Skywalker. I'm not gonna lie. It's really making me really evaluate, a lot of things when it comes to, are we just like, I mean, getting too much? I mean, I'm passing on all this stuff. So financially, it's not doing anything to me. I'm not one of those underwater, like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? These are just easy passes, not getting this. I even put a little side by side here to take a look at. And this is the Mandalorian Super Commando is the proper term. I was using the Mandalorians in there, but you can see here the the similarities. The undersuit looks a little bit different in terms of either the patterning or the actual material, but pretty much ripped off almost identically the same. Armors look, the shoulder armors look a little bit different there. I don't know if they look identical. The gauntlets just painted differently. Head sculpt, like I said, reused. And they don't give you anything special with it. I don't expect the price to be crazy for this, so it's not one of those where it's going to be a couple $100. I mean, it's probably, I expect it to be relatively reasonably priced, but it's really just another figure in the line of things that's making me wonder about this whole exclusive thing, where Hot Toys, they're just kind of turning and burning these exclusives, and I think they're just coming out at a higher rate than people kind of expect. And the other thing you have to factor into is that, it's not like you're pre-ordering these things are shipping within weeks. So that's another thing for collectors that have to be mindful about. But this one here is just, I mean, you want to use the word cash grab. It's whatever it is. I mean, once again, you could say Hot Toys is a business. Suspend that belief for a moment. I get that. Everything they do is business purposes. They're going to do anything they want to make money. I totally understand that. That's why we keep getting Iron Man figures. But it's just another, like I said, to me, I just kept calling it dog shit because it just is. I mean, you can call me a hater all you want. It doesn't bother me one bit. It's just one of those, I think it's a useless announcement where it's just another one. And you know what? It'd probably be a little bit different if you could pre-order this thing and you won't get it for a year like normal. But I think the other thing collectors have to realize is that a lot of these exclusives like 000 and stuff, you're getting them within weeks. So if you don't have the funds for these things, I mean, you really got to prepare yourselves. I mean, these flat, like, do you need this? The fact of the matter is, like I said, because you're going to be paying for it within weeks versus a year, where you can drop a $27 NRD or $25 and then not have to think about it for a year before you start making payments. I mean, you're going to have to pony up the money relatively soon. And this is not one, this is one of two, because there's also the Imperial Commando, which we're not really going to get into this one because it is what it is, but it's pretty much the same thing where you're going to have to pony up relatively soon. So it's really making me think about Hot Toys and the whole exclusive thing. I'll probably do a separate video on that in terms of, are the exclusives already getting watered down? In terms of that, like I said, when we had certain exclusives way back when, the was it the D100 Iron Man, the WB100 Wonder Woman? Like at that time, I don't think people kind of realized that they'd be pumping out this many exclusives, and it would be like Troopers, Mandalorian figures, stuff like that. Hot Toys really has no limit. It's just like the Artisan series. They have no limit of what would be an Artisan, and there's nothing right now that's going to be probably limited to being a quote unquote exclusive. And so it's just, like I said, for collectors out there, you really got to be prepared. And just, like I said, this is stuff that you're probably going to have to be paying in full within weeks from announcement to release. But like I said, drop a comment below. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts. I mean, let me know your thoughts on this figure. What are your thoughts on exclusives in general? Do you think that there's just too many of them, or do you think Hot Toys? Let me know what your thoughts are below. But until then, this is Mr. Mom Collectibles saying take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit. Acknowledge me.